Malema is guilty of hate speech. I just received the wonderful news from our legal team that they were successful in the case against Malema and the EFF in the High Court of Capetown. This victory ushers in a new era where we can finally establish ourselves as a true alternative for the Afrikaner people.
Do you know the Afrikaners in South Africa once came just like the Chinese are coming today? They arrived as traders, as settlers, smiling, shaking hands, and asking only for space to rest, for space to trade. And the African people, as always, with open arms, welcomed them. But look today. Those same people are dragging land with the very communities that sheltered them, to the point where they have created a city inside a city, and now they are demanding a country inside another country. In Africa, a continent that is not theirs. This is not just history. This is the reality of South Africa. They did not simply come to live. They came with a mission. They came with the mind of conquest, slowly, through wars, through bloodshed, and later through laws crafted in their favor. They took land. They built power. They became masters, while the original people, the black South Africans, became servants on their own soil. They fought wars against the Zulus, against the Xhosa, against the Khoisan. They used trickery. They used guns. They used divisions. And when Britain came, they did not fight to free Africans. They fought to decide which white man would dominate this land. In the end, both sides agreed on one thing. The African majority must remain oppressed. And so apartheid was born, a system where Afrikaners, a small minority, controlled the destiny of millions. They wrote laws that kept 87% of land in white hands. They forced black South Africans into reserves, into Bantustans, into ghettos. They controlled the mines, the banks, the police, the army. Every tool of the state was designed to protect the minority and crush the majority. And today, though apartheid has been declared dead, the child of apartheid still walks alive. Look at the land. Who owns it? Look at the wealth. Who controls it? Look at the industries, the farms, the banks. Who sits at the top? It is still them. And now, as if history was not enough insult, they speak of self-determination. They create their little enclaves, their orania, where no black man can buy land, where no black family can settle. They claim this is their culture, their identity. But tell me, when did the colonizers' culture become superior to the rights of the native people? They are bold, they are arrogant, because they believe Africans are asleep. They believe the people are too divided, too distracted, too wounded to rise again. They believe the comfort of democracy will silence the demand for land. That is why today they can demand a country within a country and still expect the world to respect them. But I say this, how can the foreigner claim ownership over a land he did not discover, did not build, did not inherit? How can those who arrived yesterday claim to be the true heirs of Africa today? This is where the test comes for black South Africans. The struggle was not finished in 1994. You won the ballot, but not the land. You won a flag, but not the economy. You won recognition, but not true liberation. Freedom without land is slavery disguised as democracy. Equality without economic power is nothing but a beautiful illusion. And this is why the voices calling for justice must not be silenced. Julius Malema and those who speak of land reform, those who say Africa belongs to Africans, are not enemies of peace. They are the defenders of truth. They are hated, not because they lie, but because they speak the truth. Because they remind the world of what the colonizer wants you to forget, that no white man came to Africa to share, they all came to take. So I say to the youth of South Africa, wake up. Do not be deceived by promises of gradual change. Do not be lulled by speeches that call for patience while your land is auctioned off, while your heritage is erased. Stand with those who dare to confront injustice. Stand with those who do not fear being called radical. Stand with Malema, for he is hated by those who fear justice. If you do not rise today, tomorrow will not belong to you. Tomorrow will belong to the children of those who enslaved your fathers, who dispossessed your mothers, who built their wealth on your suffering. Tomorrow will belong to those who believe Africa is theirs, not yours. Africa must wake up. South Africa must wake up. This is not just about one nation. It is about an entire continent that has always opened its arms to strangers only to be repaid with chains. Let the land return to its rightful owners. Let justice be done, not in words, but in action. The time has come for Africans to speak with one voice. Africa is not for sale, Africa is not for division, and Africa is not for colonizers. Africa belongs to Africans, and no foreigner, no settler, no oppressor will ever change that truth.